Hello everybody, this is Pat Walker, Mission Winners. Hope everybody's having a good 3-day weekend. I encourage you, get away from the machines, rest, relax, reflect, rejuvenate. We're taking a look at the ETFs. Why do we look at the ETFs? It's not that we like to look at a million different charts, but we look at charts to make better decisions. Strength begets strength. A major portion of a stock price's movement is related to the industry group or sector that it's in. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. Strength begets strength, weakness begets weakness. So we look for areas of strength. So here we go, let's take it from the top. This is in alphabetical order, all right? This is not ranked by relative strength or anything else. Just simple alphabetical order. Biotechnology, BBH, ticker symbol. Showing a little light, potential cup and a handle here. It has been lagging, okay? Slight negative as it's rallied up, volume picked up a little bit, but now its volume's decreasing, okay? Potential on biotechnology stocks, taking out this. So what does that say? Oh, maybe look at a couple of biotechnology stocks. There you go. Next one, cloud computing. There's nothing here. It's a higher low setup, okay? Potential, but it's pretty rough, folks. Be careful with cloud computing. Electric vehicles, this was really strong, but it's lagging now. Be careful with electric vehicles. Dow Jones Internet, higher low setup. This low is higher than this low, but a tremendous amount of overhead here. Be careful with that. That's all it's saying. That's it. I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm just saying it's not in a leadership position. Compare and contrast this action here to what it was doing back here. Look at the difference. You see this? So we factor that into our thought processes to help us make better decisions, make more money, not lose it. Here's the IBD 50. It's lagging. It actually hit lows for the move on Friday. Look at that. I'm not criticizing it. That's not the point. I'm just saying this is a great indicator of the leading stocks and how they're doing. They're not doing too much, are they? There we go. Again, tells us to be careful. Gold miners, they've really been dropping here. Bounce here, but this, you're not going to see this set up in any book saying, this is what you look for, this is what you buy. Now, this is rough here. Be careful with it. Gold, another one, lagging. Hit new lows for the move. Stay away from gold. Biotechnology was really strong with the COVID deal. Possible cup with a handle here. IBB. What was the other one we just looked at? Right here. BBH. There's BBH. Here's IBB. So what does it say? Maybe look at some biotechnology stocks. There you go. The leading stocks. Continue onward. Online retail, lagging. Stay away. Oil and gas. Double bottom here, boy. Tremendous amount of overhead. We owned a lot of oil and gas stocks when it was doing this and made a lot of money, and for that I'm grateful. When it started to fall, we got out of them, and it's good we did. It's lagging. Just leave it alone, all right? And be cautious with it. North American Technology has a higher low setup. Okay, that's potential technology. Okay, good to remember that. Because when I think technology, you know what I think? I think MAXLIST stocks. Medicine, higher low setup. This low is higher than this low. Still a tremendous amount of overhead. The higher low setup is an aggressive entry. It's great when the market's trending nicely and pulls back. This is off the bottom. Be a little careful with it, but it is showing some strength. That's good to see. Remember this. This is a higher low. Watch when we get to the SKYY and things like this. You'll see what I'm talking about. Continue onward. Mid-cap, higher low setup. It's really been lagging though, be careful. You can see the common theme here. A lot of damage has been done. Home construction starting to pick up again. Oh, that's a plus. Higher low setup. This low higher than this low. Starting to pick up with a volume pickup. Okay, I'm not saying buy it. I'm just saying maybe it's turned a corner. Something to look into. But is this in a leadership position? No, it's not. It's not. So be aware of this. S&P Growth Index. Higher low setup. Now that's good to see in the S&P 500. We'd like that. See maybe if the market starts to turn. Market has to turn somewhere sometime. Small caps, higher low setup. Good to see. Now what do we need to see? We need to see some continuation, and we need to see I'm going to be brutally blunt here for everybody. We need to see good stocks in good groups breaking out a clean and simple basis on volume. We'll need that for real leadership in the market. And that's important to remember. Airlines slide higher or low, but there's really nothing special there. Just kind of leave that alone, all right? Regional banking, yeah, there's higher or low, but barely. I'd stay away from regional banks. Mid cap, higher low setup, it's maybe going to start to turn the corner. Maybe. Tremendous amount of overhead, be aware of it. There's oil services, look at that drop. Higher low, but this baby got spanked. Leave it alone. Oil, similar situation. See this break here? We were heavy in energy, and now look, it's lost some leadership here. Be careful with that. Retail, it's below the falling 50-day. Yeah, higher low setup, but folks, I'm telling you, you're not going to see this setup in any chart book saying this is what you look for. You wouldn't hear Bill O'Neill saying, you see this pattern right here? Yeah, this is what you want right here. This is the way you do it. Not a good pattern. Be aware of that. And Bill O'Neill is one of my heroes, by the way. I have tremendous respect for that man. PAVE, higher low setup, but a lot of overhead here, folks. Be careful with that. Pharmaceuticals, yeah, it lifted up a little bit. Maybe going to form a handle here. Possibly. Watch and see what happens. This is the inverse, okay? QID, when the NASDAQ 100 is doing bad, this is doing good. So just something to be aware of. If this market really starts to drop hard again, potential entry taking out these highs here around 27 bucks. There you go. QLD, higher low setup, possibly. If this market is going to turn, I'm not saying it's going to, if it's going to turn, the NASDAQ 100 stocks are going to lead. A lot of the MAXLIST stocks will pick up. I shouldn't say lead, but they will start to pick up. Be aware of that. That's a fact, not an opinion. Higher low setup, potential. Okay? QQQ, similar situation. Higher low setup, not a lot of volume power on Friday. It's below the moving averages, folks. Just be aware of that. Okay? Retail, yes, higher low setup. A lot of overhead, folks. Be cautious. The big theme I want to convey, the big message I want to convey in this video, still be cautious here, all right? There's not a lot of clean and simple stuff. Leading stocks and leading groups breaking out a clean and simple basis. There's just not. That's not being negative, just reporting what is. This is the inverse ETF. This goes up when the market is falling. So you can see that, all right? Cloud computing's lagging, really nothing to do with that. Silver. What does this tell you? And what has it been telling you for a long time? Stay away from the silver stocks, okay? Just leave them alone. Steel, lagging. What has this been saying for a while? Stay away from the steel stocks. By the way, it was good earlier in the year. Now it's not. Semiconductors, hitting new lows for the move, folks. This right here, this section right here in this entire video can really help you. What is this saying? Stay away from the semiconductor stocks. The market started to lift a little bit Friday, and look at this. It closed down on a pickup in volume. That's not good. Stay away from semis. S&P 500, spiders, higher low setup, starting to pick up, possibly. Maybe it'll turn. We'll watch. We'll watch. Do we like the higher low setup? We love the higher low setup. SSO, similar situation, higher low setup, starting to pick up a little bit. Something to look into. Solar's hanging in there. Look, I just showed you a bunch that are getting cracked. Solar's kind of hanging in there. It's no real clean entry until it takes out maybe the 200-day. But the point is this: there's some energy. That's a bad pun. There's some positive action there. Okay. When I say energy, I guess that's dad humor. Small caps really lagging. Has a higher low, but man, oh man, tons of overhead here, folks. Look at this. Ugh. Be careful with that. Here's another moral of the story. I have to share this with you. It's like small caps, they're the innovative companies. Those were the ones that they're the cutting edge. And that's the things that we focus on. And we'll just stay with those. And there were people that bought that, say, at 105, 110, and watched it drop all the way down to 30. How much of their money did they lose? How much did they give back? A tremendous amount. Don't bury yourself like that. Follow price. Never argue with it. Get in line with it. Uranium, new lows, nothing there. Leave it alone. Oil, U.S. oil. Make this a little bigger for you. We had a lot of energy stocks, as I stated. They've lost some power here. Just be careful. And this is a great lesson for everybody. This is what we do at Mission Winners. I'm going to be brutally blunt with everybody here. Just because it's a green bar doesn't mean it's a good bar. Just because it's a red bar doesn't mean it's a bad bar. And I'll give you an example. That's a red bar. Notice it gapped down and closed, and it started to lift. This is a green bar. Now, it wasn't huge, okay? That's not my point. But here's a green bar. But note this. It gapped up, it ran up, and it closed below where it opened, all right? We like them. We like stocks that open at a certain price and close above that price. Close above the opening. Good to remember. XAR, L Space and Defense, this is really lagging. There's really nothing to do with that. Leave that alone. Here's another biotechnology ETF, just like VVH. And what do you see here? This is why we do this, folks. What do you see? I see kind of a cup with a handle. I'm not saying buy it, but if it triggers, that's something to look at. There's XBI, all right? Here's BBH. See that? We drew that line earlier today. By the way, I haven't looked at these earlier before I did this video. Okay, so I'm doing this real time, just going through them. Home builders, high or low, but my, oh my, they've gotten hit. I'd stay away. Materials, how do you build houses? How do you build things? With materials. Connect the dots, stay away. Energy, lagging, stay away. Energy was great here, as I stated, and it's lost its luster. Financials, nothing to do with it. Be cautious with that. Okay? Does have a higher low, slight volume pickup. The market is always much better when financials are participating with it too. Industrials, higher low, but tremendous amount of overhead. Be cautious with it. XLK, technology, higher low setup. This needs to show some power. A lot of overhead with it. It's below the falling 50-day and falling 200-day. Be careful with it. Consumer staples was decent. It's picking up, but this isn't real power. Be cautious. Utilities lifting a little bit. As you can see, utilities kind of a defensive play, also an interest rate play. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Connect those two variables together. A defensive area and also an interest rate play. There we go. Healthcare. It's picking up a little bit. You know, it's okay. It's okay. Consumer discretionary, there's really nothing good here. Be cautious with that. Metals and mining has hit new lows for the move on Friday. I showed you some higher lows, and this just hit new lows for the move. We're about done here. Oil, another energy. Look at that. See this base here? We were heavy in energy, and it worked out great. Got out and made good money, and it's gone. Retail hit lows for the move. Hit lows for the move. Bounced a little bit on Friday, but hit lows for the move on a pickup in volume Thursday. What does that tell you? Retailers, the consumers being cautious. Good to remember. Be careful buying consumer stocks. Software, higher low setup, tremendous amount of overhead. Be cautious.
Did you know that Mission Winners is more than just a YouTube channel? We have a full-fledged VIP membership site with live chart analysis, live question and answer sessions, live buy and sell alerts, VIP-only Twitter, VIP-only Discord, and thousands of archived educational videos. So if you're ready to begin mastering the charts, head over to missionwinners.com and join us today.
So now let's look at the MAXLIST stocks. Here's the first one. Apple, this is a higher low setup. And again, I am not pounding the table say, this is it, buy. No, I'm just observing that there was, in a bigger picture, potential reversal. Potential. Also, and I can't stress this enough, I never buy this. The bottom, I don't know where the bottom is. That's an ego game. I wait for confirmation where it falls, and then it rallies back up, okay, and then it falls again, and this low is higher than this low. That means the selling pressure at that moment has dissipated. It doesn't mean it's over, it's dissipated. So you have a higher low here. Slight negative, and again, it was pre-holiday weekend volume, less volume. That's a higher low. Here's another one. I'm just going to show you these, okay, to explain these. This is important. Higher low setup. This low is slightly higher than this low. And it started to pick up. The volume's not heavy. It's below all the moving averages. Do we like the higher low? I'm going to share something with you. Yeah, we like the higher low. This low was higher than this low, and we bought this. This was pre-split. This was a massive run. Massive, okay? That's why we love the higher low. Continue onwards. Alibaba. Now this doesn't have a higher low, but it does have a longer base. Watch this. See that? Kind of has a cup and a handle, and also at the 200-day. Chinese related, Chinese stocks are improving. Potential entry with a cup and a handle. There you go. BIDU. This also, what do you see here? It's not fancy. This is the best part about what we do at Mission Winners. If you have to look for it, it's probably not there. Just connect the tops. Well, it's not to the penny. It's close enough. Intersecting points here, 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 here. What do you look for? By the way, you can't catch me in a lie. I already have a price alert set on that animal. There you go. I don't have it at the high of the line. I've got it a little bit early so I can watch it if it starts to push up on volume on 30 and hourly minute. It's a tactic we've used in Mission Winners for a good portion of this century, and it works. I'm not saying buy it now, but we'll watch and see. Google has a higher low. This low is higher than this low, right? We'll see. By the way, speaking of higher lows, this low was higher than this low, and this was on the key list. And that was a good run, folks. That was a really nice run, right? I mean, about 200 points, easy, okay? You're not going to sell at the top, nothing like that. But look, this low, I'm going to do this for you. This was on the key list. This low was higher than this low. See that line there? I said, gosh, if it takes that out, that could be good. And it did. There you go. And here we go. I'm going to adjust this line and see what it does on, that's Friday. We'll see what happens. High or low. This low higher than this low. It's not perfect, but I want to point it out to you. And again, we did this one. This low higher than this low, and that was good money. I'll show you a couple more here. Here's Microsoft. Had a higher low here. We didn't do this one, okay? Could have been done, but you can see this low higher than this low. Again, team, I can't stress, we're not buying the dip. We're not like, this is the bottom. No, we wait for it to fall, rally, fall again, and fall. But when it falls the second time, it doesn't take out the previous lows. Indicates potential decrease, diminishing selling pressure. That's what we look for. And it's reflected in the charts. It works. Higher low, we'll see if it works. See if it lifts. Just pointing this out. Netflix, this is just dead for now. I would leave this alone, okay? There's nothing to do with it at this time. NVDA does not have a higher low. Look at this. Has a lower low. This low is lower than this low. What does that tell you? Leave it alone. Have we ever done a higher low on NVIDIA? Yeah, I think right here was pretty good. This high was, or this low was higher than this low. And it triggered here on a pickup in volume. And that was a good run. There you go. Continue. Oh, by the way, have I done it before? I did it there. Gotta go back. See if I can find it faster. We'll skip it. I don't want to take too much of your time here. Okay. Continue onwards. So there's NVIDIA, lower low, nothing to do with it. Tesla. Tesla had a higher low. This low here was higher than this low, and it ignited and lifted. All right. It was a quick one. No day trading. It was, it's good for 40, 50 points, and now it's fallen again. It could have continued, by the way. All right. And also note this. This low is higher than this low. Price alerts are set. Do we like higher lows? Well, here's Tesla. This low was higher than this low. Please know, I'm not doing this to be obnoxious or repetitive, but repetition helps us reinforce in our mind and with our eyes what to look for. And I'll slide this over. Say, oh, it's falling. Okay. Oh, look. Oh, look, it picked up, and this low is higher than this low. Gosh, I guess this could be bought in here. That could be good. Oh, gee whiz, look, it did. And look at the volume. They voted. You say, so you're buying in here a couple of different times, actually 3 times. Buy here, buy here, buy here, all in here. First buy's around, I don't know, we'll call it 7, we'll call the first buy 790. Okay, close enough. 790 up to 1150. Now, you're not going to sell at the top, okay? But just say 790 to 1100. 790 to 1100. That's 310 points. That's good money in a short period of time with no testing. That's the higher low setup. That's something that we developed, and I've used it for years. Years. In fact, like I said, good chunk of this century, and I love it. I love the higher low setup and clean and simple base breakouts. That's it. Vanilla. And then you've got Twitter. Twitter's just kind of going sideways right here. It doesn't really have a high or low. It's just basing here. It's below all the moving averages. But we're aware of this. There's news going around with this stock, okay? And we'll have to watch and see what happens.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.